Now on CoastTV News.
It's a clear and very cold morning with feels like temperatures in the 10 to 15 degree range. Bundle up. Another day with temperatures below freezing. A bit milder for the end of the week with some weekend showers, maybe a little bit of snow. Details coming up.
Saying ain't so, Bob. Snow struggle continues 9 days after being hit. We are seeing the effort to get back to normal.
Reckless ride, that is what Delaware State Police are calling it as more information is released about the big wreck that shut down Route 1 in Lewes on Monday.
In action on ag zoning, the plan that was being pushed in the Sussex County Council and why it was eventually withdrawn.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Paige Marley has the day off. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Elisa, good to see you inside.
Normally
you're
too,
out there
Matt.
freezing. You got your jacket, you got your hat, your gloves,
it's a nice
your
change.
shovel.
Well, not just a jacket. I usually wear 4 jackets.
That's right. You
I
have
do.
said you layered up.
It's not an over-exaggeration, but the cold wakes you up. It's very refreshing in the morning.
Oh, so you're saying you'd rather be there?
No,
okay.
no. I'm very thankful to be inside today and very thankful to talk to Bob in person this morning. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Elisa. Good morning, Matt, and good to have you in the studio. Not all bundled up like you are most mornings. Ed, if you are outside, you need to bundle up. It is cold. The Arctic chill is hanging on. We've got temperatures in the low 20s now, 22 in Rehoboth. Bethany Beach, good morning to you in Delmar, 21 for you. Redden, 21. Milton, also 21. And we have this persistent northwest breeze, not especially strong, but cold enough to knock down those feels like temperatures. Right now, sustained winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, but gusting over 20 at the beaches and about 10 to 20 inland areas. So feeling like 10 in Salisbury, 12 in Redden, 13 in Bethany Beach, and 11 in Ocean City. So bundle up out there. Otherwise, clear skies. And like we've seen the last few days, a lot of those secondary roads, sidewalks still a little slick out there. We have this northwesterly flow. Lots of sunshine expected today. And we will melt more of that ice and snow in the direct sun. But it's cold this morning, around 6, around 20 degrees. And then mid-morning around, we'll say low to mid-20s. And by noon, only 29 in Millsboro, 28 in Dewey Beach. I don't think we're getting above freezing this afternoon with temperatures around 31 for a lot of us. And with that wind feeling much colder. And then once again, anything that melts during the day will refreeze as temperatures fall into the 20s. With temperatures near 20 and the winds, it's going to feel like 9 at 7 a.m. and just a little improvement throughout the day. Highs in the low 30s, feeling like teens and 20s later on. We do warm up a little bit, more on that. It looks like some weekend rain, maybe, should I say it, a little bit of snow possible? We'll talk about that coming up as well.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Happening now. Many of us are trying to get back to normal after last week's snowstorm. Plows can still be seen around Delmarva. Some people we spoke with say they see the plows, but they haven't made it to their side street areas. Now, one man living in Millsboro is giving crews some grace when it comes to clearing the roads.
I mean, the main goal is to be able to get your car in and out, be able to get to work, to and from, all that. So I think they did pretty good.
And it doesn't look like the snow is going to melt anytime soon. We just heard Bob say we are in a stretch of freezing temperatures.
Happening today, a project for 90 townhomes is set to go back in front of the Lewes Planning Commission. Developers want to build 90 townhomes plus amenities off of Savannah Road called the Overfall Preserve. This is footage from last November when there were multiple hearings about the project, and many people wanted DelDOT to conduct a traffic study on the area before continuing with the project. That meeting is set to take place tonight at 6:30 p.m.
First of all, you got the high school right there, number one. Second of all, it's one of the major routes to get to our hospital, okay? And then a big concern is during the summer when you have all the tourists, they're already not really in tune with the local traffic patterns, and this is just going to make it even more complicated.
And again, the Lewes Planning Commission will meet tonight at 6:30.
We have the latest announcement by the Delaware state government about bringing broadband internet to rural areas. Now, according to a release from Governor Bethany Hall Long, over $17.5 million of taxpayer money will be used. This led us to look at similar announcements that have been made in the past. So here is what we found. In 2021, $56 million in taxpayer-funded grants were awarded to Comcast, Verizon, and Mediacom for high-speed internet. The year prior, $20 million for low-income families to buy high-speed internet. And in 2018, then Governor John Carney announced over $1 million to extend high-speed internet access to rural communities in downstate Delaware. He said at that time it would close a gap in service by the year 2020.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue to investigate a motorcycle crash that shut down a part of Route 1 on Monday. And according to police, the crash happened just after 5:30 p.m. when a 19-year-old motorcyclist was speeding on Coastal Highway. Police say the rider sped past an unmarked state police car and ignored troopers. The rider ran a red light and was described as driving recklessly. Eventually, the motorcycle ended up crashing with a truck that was turning onto Bay Crossing Boulevard. And police say the motorcyclist is in critical condition, but the 69-year-old truck driver from Milton was not hurt. And for more information about this crash, you can check out CoastTV.com.
It's the latest in the back and forth debate over development in our area. And on Tuesday, new Sussex County Councilman Matt Lloyd introduced a plan that would have banned new development in agricultural zones for a full year. At this meeting, many people turned out, appearing to be upset over this. Eventually, Lloyd opted to put the idea on the back burner, which was much to the delight of the people there who opposed it.
I think moratoriums are really an overreaction and a short-sighted way to try to solve problems. Moratoriums themselves don't really actually solve problems. They create more problems than they solve by creating some uncertainty in the marketplace and impacting tons of local businesses and local jobs throughout the market.
And Lloyd says he plans on talking with council members to try and get their support before reintroducing it. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what should guide development decisions in Sussex County.
And so far, majority of the votes say the environmental impact at 56%, and the next highest votes are community input. And if you haven't voted yet, please do so on CoastTV.com or on our Coast TV mobile app. And Delaware's General Assembly reconvened in Dover as the legislative session has recently begun. During the session, lawmakers are expected to attempt a bill that would legalize medically assisted suicide for those suffering from terminal illnesses. Another bill in the works, along with funding school resource officers at public schools. They could also consider the home wine delivery service.
Now taking a live look at Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. And today, inside that building, the Senate will continue confirmation hearings for several of President-elect Trump's picks to head departments and agencies, including that of Marco Rubio for Secretary of State and Pam Bondi as Attorney General.
And this is a stark contrast after his pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was grilled by Democrats over the unverified allegations about his personal conduct and professional qualifications to run the department. NBC's Chris Pallone shows us what is expected to come out of today's hearing, as inauguration is just days away.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I have
Florida Senator Marco Rubio appears before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee today. One Republican joked it might be the closest thing to a love fest any Trump nominee experiences as Democrats and Republicans battle over the president-elect's more controversial picks.
My only special interest is the warfighter.
Like military veteran and former Fox News host Pete Hegseth, tapped to be Secretary of Defense. Tuesday, Hegseth faced a barrage of Democrats' questions about allegations of financial misconduct and alcohol abuse.
There was a coordinated smear campaign orchestrated in the media against us,
with some homing in on a 2017 sexual assault allegation. The local prosecutor saying no charges against Hegseth were supported by proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
You've admitted that it was consensual, and you were still married, and you just had a child by another woman.
Again,
how do you explain your judgment?
Completely false charges against me.
You
fully investigated, and I was completely clear.
You have admitted that you had sex while you were married to wife 2 after you just had fathered a child by wife 3. You've admitted that. Now, if it had been a sexual assault, that would be disqualifying to be Secretary of Defense, wouldn't it?
It was a false claim then and a false claim now.
And others focusing on Hegseth's past opposition to women serving in combat.
What do you have to say to the almost 400,000 women who are serving today about your position on whether they should be capable to rise through the highest ranks of our military?
Senator, I would say I would be honored to have the opportunity to serve alongside you.
Republicans effusive with their praise.
You are going to have a great future as our secretary.
Hegseth can lose the support of 3 Republicans and still win confirmation. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
The nation from the Oval Office. That will happen right here at 8 p.m. on Coast TV. And we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, we go back in time to see how members of coastal life-saving services lived and worked in the 1800s.
Also, DENREC funding fiasco will tell you how long it's been since the department says fees were updated and why modernization is important.
And Twitter takeover lawsuit, why the SEC is suing Elon Musk over his purchase of the popular social media platform. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life.
Maybe things will change one day.
Meet a talented singer-songwriter from Delaware captivating audiences with her unique blend of pop, R&B, and folk. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Now is the perfect time to feed suet to your birds to add fat so that it'll help them get through the cold winter nights. My Backyard carries all the products you need to keep your feathered friends healthy and safe. We also have a huge selection of quality hand-picked birdhouses, baths, seeds, unique gifts and decor for expert and novice bird lovers alike. So come on in, I'd love to answer your questions so that you can have the best birding experience ever. See you at My Backyard in Ocean Pines, where it's all about the birds and more.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Ordered now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row. Sponsored by Pohanga Kia of Salisbury.
I've built a community. I've built a home here. And it's not pack up boxes every 3 years. It's a space that I'm invested in, my husband's invested in, and it really makes it just feel special. The stories that we cover every day, we also live every single day. So the stories that we tell are the ones that also impact us. We speak with people at the grocery store, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. We're all in this together.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
It is 5:12 on this chilly Wednesday morning, 22 in Salisbury on the Spicer Brothers cam. Seeing a little grass poking through at SU through that snowpack. That is flattening out. Cold this morning. Out the door, we're looking at temperatures into the lower 20s. And we've got a northwest breeze as well at times, gusting over 20 miles per hour. So that's sending that feels like temperature down to about 10 to 15 degrees, depending on your location. The bottom line is bundle up out the door. As we're looking at clear skies right now, it will be another sunny day, but it will be a cold day as that flow remains out of the northwest. Here's your drive cast. Sky looking good and still some slippery spots underfoot, sidewalks, some of those back streets. So watch for that for the morning commute. And then I gave it the yellow light as well for the afternoon and evening with melting snow and then refreezing once the sun goes down. Be careful out there.
Representative Melissa Minor Brown made history as the first black Speaker of the House in Delaware. She takes the Speaker role from Valerie Longhurst, who lost her House re-election bid in last September's Democratic Party.
George H.P. Smith Scholarship in Lewes is expanding. We got some details here. It was founded in 2010 by the family of the late former Lewes mayor and teacher. This money will now give renewable grants of $1,500 to 4 students at a time, up to 4 years, instead of a one-time thing.
Tech billionaire Elon Musk has been sued by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over his ownership stake of the platform then known as Twitter. The SEC lawsuit alleges that Musk failed to properly disclose his ownership of X, allowing him to buy shares at, quote, artificially low prices. The lawsuit alleges Musk and his wealth manager didn't disclose the purchases because Twitter's stock price could have shot up as a result. So far, Musk's lawyer has not commented.
With the controversial TikTok ban set to take effect in just a couple of days from now, people who use the app are looking for alternatives. And the Chinese app Red Note was the most downloaded free app in the U.S. Apple Store on Tuesday. This is a video sharing platform. It's used by 300 million people, mostly living in China where TikTok is not available. But Tuesday, it had been viewed 100 million times. It ignited around 2.5 million discussion threads about the app.
Still ahead, DNREC funding fiasco. We'll tell you how the department says upkeep park fees will help upkeep of the environment.
And we're seeing some ice forming this morning for good reason on the Hershey Exteriors camp. 24 degrees right now in Ocean City, feeling colder with the wind, and another day with Arctic air. Temperatures not getting above freezing again. We do see a slight warm up into the weekend with some showers and possibly some snowflakes by Sunday. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app today.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone, Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. Sponsored by Tyndall's Casual Furniture and North Star Heating and Air Conditioning.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, January 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which includes a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet Orioles manager Brandon Hyde. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Time is 5:17, and you are looking live at some very cold waters at the Assawoman Bay in Ocean City. Bob, we're talking cold all over the place.
Yeah, in fact, cold enough to freeze some of that water, as we saw on that camera. And we've got a lot of frozen ponds out there. And if you're venturing out on those ponds, really be careful. Make sure the ice is thick enough. Here's our 5-day temperature trend. We're still forming that ice, but temperatures well below average today. 31, the average high is 45, so about 15 degrees below average. A little milder, so to speak, Thursday, 35. Then we jump to 41 on Friday, 47 on Saturday. We increase the clouds, some showers possible, lower 40s on Sunday. That rain could turn to a little bit of snow later in the day. More on that coming up. But it's cold this morning, just snow on the ground, nothing falling from the sky. 21 in Delmar, 22 in Salisbury, Rehoboth and Bethany Beach at 22, Milton at 21. We've got a northwesterly breeze right now at around 7 to 14 miles per hour, but it's gusting over 20 at the beaches and about 10 to 15 miles per hour inland. So that's knocking that feels like temperature down to about 10 to 15 degrees. Feels like 10 in Salisbury with the wind, 12 in Redden, 14 in Bethany Beach. So bundle up out there this morning as we're looking at clear skies and still some slick sidewalks and secondary roads as well. So really be careful as we're in this northwesterly flow. That trend continues with a northwest wind, but we're looking at clear skies. So that's certainly good news. A little bit of lake effect snow up near Buffalo into parts of upstate New York. That's pretty typical as the Great Lakes are still unfrozen and open for business for lake effect snow. And the cold air continues to pour out of Canada through the plains and to the east. It's been one cold January, and it looks like that trend continues. Wait till you see these temperatures for next week. Really cold. Futurecast this morning, here's 6 a.m. We're right around 20 degrees, but with the wind feeling colder, and those temperatures only slowly rise to the 20s to about 30 in Millsboro at 12:30, 30 30 in Del Mar, 29 in Fenwick Island, 28 in Bethany Beach. So another breezy, cold day despite full sunshine. And with temperatures getting close to freezing mid-afternoon, we will melt some of that snow and ice, but it does refreeze again as temperatures fall through the 20s tonight, and then very cold once again by Thursday morning into the teens and lower 20s. Colder with the wind. We do increase the clouds, and temperatures do creep up into the low to mid 30s. Not expecting any snow, but it will be cloudier and a bit warmer as those northwesterly winds are 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times this afternoon. They do back off a little bit as we go through tonight into tomorrow morning and then shift to the south and west. Feels like temperatures this morning in the single digits, teens and 20s into the afternoon. Thursday morning feeling like single digits. Does improve a little bit into Thursday afternoon. Then moving into the weekend, we cloud it up. We see some rain showers on your Saturday. Then Sunday gets interesting with a cold front. We see rain and then interacting with cold air, and that could turn to a period of snow as we go into Sunday evening. Maybe some accumulating snow. We'll watch that, followed by the coldest air of the season. In fact, look at this color purple. It's not even on the graph. It's going to be super cold, maybe temperatures 30 degrees below average next week. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Cold today with sunshine, 31. And then those temperatures rising through the end of the week, 41 Friday. Showers Saturday, 47. So we're melting some of that snow. Rain and then snow on Sunday, 41. Maybe some accumulation. And then temperatures tank after that Monday and Tuesday. Falling through the 20s. Single digits without the wind for lows as we go into early next week. Umbrella giveaway winner today is Victoria King from Lewes. Congratulations to Victoria from Paul Davis and CoastTV.
Don't like those single digits, Bob, but I guess I have no choice. It's been 34 years since the last time most fees for state parks were changed in Delaware, and DNREC says outdated fees can lead to environmental problems that aren't caught until they become emergencies or threats to public health. They say updating funding can make programs more sustainable in the long run. Now, CoastTV spoke with one woman in Lewes who says the money shouldn't come at the department at the detriment of the park.
We shouldn't have to commercialize it and degrade it in order to keep funding it. And I think that's true for all the parks. I think it's critical with the increase in our development that we have open spaces for people of all ages.
And DNREC says fees must align with the actual cost to provide the services and also to continue the work of the department.
And one commercial revenue source proposed was the idea of a restaurant at the bathhouse, but that was scrapped after massive pushback. And up next on Coast TV News today, see how surfmen lived. We'll show you how you can get a hands-on experience into the lives of 19th century heroes on the Delaware coast. Don't go anywhere.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
It's been a tough year, but we couldn't be more thankful.
Yeah, with your help, we've raised more than $350,000 for Bless Our Children.
Hey everyone, Elisa Titus here, Director of Marketing for Shell Brothers. We'd like to thank all the businesses, individuals, groups, and associations who donated $1,000 or more to the Bless Our Children campaign this Christmas. It means so much to our local community.
Your generosity allowed us to give holiday funds to local charitable organizations on Delmarva. You can feel proud that you helped make the season brighter for many local families on the peninsula.
On behalf of WBOC, CoastTV, DSN, and Shell Brothers, a heartfelt thank you to you all. Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's Coast with Petey the Peacock, sharing joy coastwide. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Sponsored by Tidal Health.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We are Delmarva proud.
Happening this weekend at the Delaware Seashore State Park, you can step into the world of the surfmen, the lifesavers who worked along the coast before the Coast Guard. These heroes rescued shipwreck survivors, and their historic station, built in 1876, still stands in the Rehoboth Beach as a museum. This weekend, you can learn about their work and try your hand at 19th century sewing by bringing your ripped clothes and fixing them the way the surfmen did.
Very interesting there. First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey back with us. We've got a clear day on the coast, and even with the cold, we were saying during the break, it's fun seeing dogs take a walk in these snowy conditions.
I think the dogs look so happy. They're going to be sad when the snow melts.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll be happy when the snow melts. But no, the dogs love it. My Goldens love the snow. Used to do snow angels and everything. The big hairy dogs got to love this cold for sure. Fenwick Island, Ocean City, we're in the low 20s early on, and then only low 30s for you despite lots of sunshine. It will be breezy as well, and we'll be seeing those feels like temperatures in the teens and 20s. Waves 2 to 4 feet for Lewes and Rehoboth, starting out in the low 20s and then not getting above freezing today, right around 30. On the bay side, around 1 to 2 foot waves. Cold 20s for Cambridge today, maybe touching 30 with sunshine, and breezy and cold for Crisfield with temperatures in the 20s and low 30s. That Arctic air eases a little bit into the weekend, and then showers and maybe some snowflakes for Sunday. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, California fire risk. As those massive fires continue to devastate the area, we'll tell you what one LA fire chief says he is concerned about today.
Also, over Fall Preserve pushback will tell you why some people in Lewes are concerned about plans for a 90 townhome development in the city.
And intense snow impact after almost a week. Delmarva is still dealing with the fallout of that snowfall, and we show you mixed reactions from locals as the snow seems to be sticking around. Coast TV News today will be right back.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696, or visit lizardflare.com now.
I'm very passionate in what I do. I care about what I do. I try to be perfect. I know it's not, you can't be perfect, especially with weather. You have the challenge of the ocean being so close, and that poses a challenge in the winter when we get snowstorms. What direction the wind's blowing, that's going to play a role in who sees snow. Do the best you can to keep the public in the safest position you could possibly can.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home. Now on Coast TV News.
It's clear and very cold this morning. Feels like temperatures in the single digits and teens. Another day with temperatures below freezing. A bit milder for the end of the week with some showers and maybe snowflakes by Sunday. Details coming up.
Patience in plowing. Ice still seen on the back roads and side streets. How much grace are crews being given as they work to clear things up?
Hegseth handles the heat. President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary combats Democratic attacks on his character.
Motorcycle mayhem. What investigators are revealing about a big crash in Lewes and the actions by a motorcyclist they say caused it.
This is CoastTV News Today.
January 15th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, time is 5:30. We're in the middle part of the week, in the middle part of the first month of the year.
I'm glad we're halfway through January. This time of year, it's not
I've told Paige, I've told Bob, these are the worst 3 months on the calendar year.
I don't mind March. Halfway through March, we start to see the sunlight, but I don't. Oof, January, February, and I feel bad. My mom's birthday's in February.
I've got people
like Mom,
my
it's nothing
family
against
that have
you.
birthdays too.
Exactly, but Bob, how are you feeling this time of year?
I'm feeling better. You know, it's the dead of winter, but if you notice, it's staying light now until 5:30. The days are getting longer. Of course, there's a delay with the warm-up, but the days are getting longer, and we will eventually warm up. There is a little bit of a delay there, but not right now, or not next week either. 22 in Salisbury, 21 in Seaford, and 21 in Redden, 22 in Bethany Beach, Rehoboth 22. So it's cold. It's breezy as well. We've got sustained winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, at times gusting over 20 at the coast. So it feels like temperatures 10 to 15 degree range right now. Feels like 11 in Seaford, 12 in Redden, so bundle up out there. You see the white on the satellite picture indicating that cold air we have in place. It is clear with that Arctic air and Arctic high pressure that will keep us pretty locked in with the cold today as temperatures only slowly rise through the 20s by noon, close to 30, but breezy conditions. You can see the multicolor arrows and not getting close, well, not getting too freezing, I think just below, but we'll still melt some of that ice and snow and then refreeze this evening with temperatures into the 20s. So kiddos, be careful out there. Still some slick spots, cold and breezy with sunshine off to school, 20 degrees, and still need that heavy jacket heading home, 31, but feeling colder with the wind.
Attempting to clear off a car, that's what many people in Sussex County are still doing a week after the snow hit the coast.
Yeah, Delmarva's first snowfall of the year brought in almost a foot of snow in most places. CoastTV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us how many are still being impacted a week later.
Playing in the snow after Delmarva's first snowstorm of the year is something many people have been doing. But others aren't having as much fun since their roads and walking trails haven't been cleared yet. John Gazzardi was out cleaning his car on Tuesday. As someone from up north, he gives Delaware its credit for their snow removal efforts. But he says more could be done.
I think that the main roads were done fairly well from what I've seen. And also some of the ancillary roads and the back roads just need more attention.
Tyler Hessert took his 2 dogs out for a walk, and while the dogs love these weather conditions, Hessert does not. He says it's frustrating that his neighborhood's homeowners association has yet to clear common areas such as walking trails.
Those took days to be cleared, and we are now 8 days post-storm, and those areas still haven't been cleared in their entirety.
8 days after snow hit the coast, and some say it's almost like they're still snowed in. Where I'm walking now is the walking trail that man was telling me about within his community. He says people in his community have been talking about the ice, but the HOA has not yet sent out an email. Other people within Sussex County say a week after the snowfall, they are just now getting snowplows down their streets, and they're hoping something can be done sooner next time. In Millsboro, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
Happening today, a project for 90 townhomes set to go back in front of the Lewes Planning Commission. Here's what developers want. They want 90 of the homes plus amenities off of Savannah Road in a development called Overfall Preserve. This is footage from last November when there were a number of hearings about it. Many people wanted DelDOT to conduct a traffic study on the area before continuing with the project. Now that meeting for tonight, it's set to take place at 6:30 p.m.
High-speed internet is zooming into more Delaware homes, and according to a release from the governor, broadband connections will be installed at over 5,700 homes and businesses in Delaware. That is due to a $17.4 million grant from the federal government, and Verizon and Comcast will expand broadband to rural areas across the state, and the goal is to be done by 2027.
This morning, Delaware State Police will continue investigating a motorcycle crash that shut down part of Route 1 on Monday. According to police, the crash happened just after 5:30 Monday when a 19-year-old motorcyclist was speeding on Coastal Highway. Police say he sped past an unmarked state police car, ignored troopers, ran a red light, and was described as driving recklessly. Eventually, the motorcycle ended up crashing with a pickup truck that was turning onto Bay Crossing Boulevard. State police say the motorcyclist is in critical condition. The 69-year-old truck driver from Milton was not hurt. And for more on the full story on how this crash shut down one of Delmarva's biggest highways, just head over to CoastTVnews.com. Delaware's General Assembly reconvened in Dover as the legislative session was recently started again. Now, during this session, lawmakers are expected to attempt a bill that would legalize medically assisted suicide for those suffering from terminal illness. Another in the works goes with funding of school resource officers at all public schools. It could also see a bill that would consider the delivery of wine in the state.
We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital, and today the Senate will continue confirmation hearings for several of President-elect Trump's picks to head departments and agencies. And President-elect Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth began his hearing on Tuesday, and those hearings were not smooth sailing for the veteran and former Fox News host, as he has faced serious opposition to his nomination, with questions about his qualifications, comments he made suggesting women should not serve in combat roles, and unverified allegations of sexual assault and alcohol abuse. He has denied any wrongdoing.
National Weather Service says the LA fire risk is higher today. This after a short reprieve on Tuesday. It's re-upping the severity of its red flag warning. CAL FIRE now ranks the Eaton blaze as the most destructive in Southern California history, and the Palisades fire as the second. Experts say a perfect storm of wind and dryness caused the fires to spread rapidly.
What I'm most concerned about for this event is a new fire start.
Experts say no fire department in the world could have done better under those conditions, but newly surfaced video shows firefighters warned city leaders of understaffing just last month. Still got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, pony swim promotion. We'll tell you which Delmarva state is recognizing the annual event and when you can expect those animals to take the water this year.
Also, Cape competes in season openers. The Viking Unified Basketball team took on Dover. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
We salute Micah Eddy. Micah Eddy has significantly contributed to fire safety and rescue since starting as a volunteer at Singerly Fire Company in Elkton, Maryland in 2017. He's served in various leadership roles, including lieutenant and training officer, and earned the Chief's Award in 2019. With a background in the Marine Corps, Micah also distinguished himself as a firefighter with Volunteer Hose of Middletown. Currently, he is a rescue technician with the Sussex County Technical Rescue Team. Micah's dedication and service are exemplary in both military and firefighting roles.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to CoastTVSalutes.com.
Today at 4 on Coast Life.
Maybe things will change one day.
Meet a talented singer-songwriter from Delaware captivating audiences with her unique blend of pop, R&B, and folk. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro. the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Lasercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Lasercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Lasercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Get the Coast TV News app, the latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news.
The competition heats up.
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
Jeopardy Champions Wildcard.
All bets are off. Anything can happen.
Wednesday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
5:40 on our Wednesday morning. Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury 22, and the roads increasingly better. The main roads good. Secondary roads, they are better as the sun is starting to melt off in the afternoon. And we're looking at temperatures in the lower 20s right now. 21 in Rehoboth, 22 in Bethany Beach, 21 in Del Mar. We've got a northwest wind at times up to about 20 miles per hour along the coast, gusting over 20 along the coast, and even gusty inland as well. Feels like about 10 to 15 right now. 21 in Rehoboth, however, 13 in Bethany Beach. It feels like 14 in Del Mar. We are looking at clear skies. Once again, watch for those slick secondary roads and for melting and then refreeze as we go through the evening. And it does remain sunny and cold today. Today's checklist, don't need the snow shovel unless you're clearing more snow, but nothing falling from the sky. Need the ice scraper, hat, and gloves. Make sure you drive with caution because anything that melts will refreeze this evening. Make sure you have a warm beverage, and you'll need your sunglasses as well. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. 443-880-9100 is the number. Sponsored by Brockstead Mandalas Federico.
Chincoteague Pony Swim, it is a Delmarva staple, and now it'll grace the cover of the 2025 Virginia Travel Guide. This news comes as the event prepares to celebrate its 100th anniversary. The milestone swim and auction is set for this year, July 30th and the 31st. And to find out how you can get your own free guide, visit CoastTV.com.
For Delaware businesses, a grant to encourage small business growth is open for competition. The spring round of grants starts February 1st, and if you're interested in learning more, the Delaware Division of Small Businesses is hosting a webinar on January 22nd at 10 a.m. to review the application process.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. High girls basketball looking to remain undefeated while taking on the 4-1 Parkside Rams last night. Zion OG able to get it done early on for the Parkside Rams. She had 13 points, but Carlisa Johnson for High answering from downtown and then stepping up big on defense as well with the block for High. And on offense, she puts in 2 of her 13 points in this game. And the Tribe's Selah Foreman led the way for her squad with 28 points, floating in a 2 right there. And last year's Bayside South Player of the Year Foreman kept it rolling as High comes out on top 55-42. The Tribe improves to 6-0 on the season. To the season opener for both Dover and Cape Henlopen Unified Basketball. Early on for the Vikings in this matchup, it's going to be Zane Richardson letting it fly, and it's nothing but nylon. How about that precision from Richardson on the other end? Ramsey Robinson glides down the floor for the Senators and puts the perfect English on this one for the bucket, and Dover kept coming. Nevia Grandison takes a step inside the arc and knocks down the smooth jumper for 2, and the Senators kept turning defense into offense. Robinson back on attack, putting his team up 9 in the second. but Dover would not be denied in this game as they go on to win 50-31. In Henlopen South boys basketball, Early College defeated Laurel 55-40 behind an Eli Johnson masterclass. He scored 26 points, tallied 6 rebounds, and added 6 steals on defense. The Hornets have now won 5 straight and host Woodbridge on Thursday. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 7, Maryland Junior College men's basketball. Andrew Sachs's Chesapeake College faces off against Cecil College at 10:30. It's the final score. On the DSN Plus app at 4, Maryland High School Wrestling, Snow Hill, Cambridge, South Dorchester, and Easton. At 5, it's Delaware High School Wrestling when Del Mar goes up against Sussex Academy. 5:30, we got a city matchup in high school boys basketball, Parkside and Y-High. At 7, we have that college basketball game, that junior college basketball game that we mentioned. And you can also watch Delaware Military Academy take on Cape Henlopen in high school wrestling.
In your entertainment news, much like Hollywood, the music world is focused on the wildfires in Los Angeles. Even a former Beatle is out with a new album. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Peace and love. Ringo Starr is going country. The musician, whose latest album, Look Up, is a country disc, is recording Ringo and Friends at the Ryman in Nashville this week. It'll air on CBS this spring and benefit the American Red Cross and people affected by the California wildfires. The Friends joining in include Sheryl Crow, Jack White, Emmylou Harris, and Mickey Guyton. More music groups are contributing to LA fire relief. NAMM, the National Association of Music Merchants, has committed $50,000 to help members and other music makers affected by the fires. And the 9th annual Metal Hall of Fame Gala, January 22nd, is turning into a telethon to raise money for families displaced by the still raging blazes. The California fires have prompted Beyoncé to delay a big announcement. She posted the news on Instagram, where she originally teased the reveal Christmas Day. Beyoncé's foundation has donated $2.5 million to LA fire relief, and she's encouraging her fans to contribute what they can. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Bundle up out the door this morning. It's cold, lower 20s in Salisbury on the Spicer Brothers can. We're slowly melting that snowpack, but with very cold temperatures hanging around, it's hard to do that. Temperatures really not getting above freezing today. We do see a slight warm up into the weekend with showers and possibly some Sunday snowflakes. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Dedication, determination, and drive. That's what's needed to be a DSN Scholar Athlete, brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month, we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva senior that excels in the classroom and in sports.
They must have a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, sponsored by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
I love the 4 seasons on Delmarva. This coastal area has so much to offer weather-wise, and sometimes it's a little challenging forecasting for this area. You get the rain-snow line here with storms that come up the coast in the wintertime, but that's similar to where I grew up on Long Island. We had the same rain-snow line along the coast, so in a lot of ways it's something I've grown up with and something I'm used to forecasting.
CoastTV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
The time is now 5:48, and we're going to take a live look outside at Salisbury this morning. And Bob, the grass, we're starting to see it show a little bit. That snow's slowly melting, but overnight, I know it all just freezes back up again.
It does, and that snowpack, Elisa, compacts, and it gets like bulletproof, and it's so hard to melt. Yeah, it's really tough. We want to talk about the storyline. I think as you step out the door, you kind of get a feeling of what we've got. Today, cold. It's going to be blustery with wind chills in the teens. It does warm up into the weekend, milder 40s with some rain showers on Saturday, and maybe some Sunday snow, so don't put that snow shovel too far away from you as we head into the weekend. No snow this morning. It's cold, though. 23 in Ocean City, 22 in Bethany Beach, Redden 21, Seaford 22, and Del Mar 21. Wind speeds, they're around 5 to 15 miles per hour, but we are seeing gusts over 20. Indian River Inlet, 15 in Millsboro, 17 in Seaford, so that's sending those feels-like temperatures down. What it feels like on your exposed skin, make sure you bundle up. Feels like 14 in Bethany Beach and Del Mar, 13 in Seaford, 13 in Redden as well. As we're looking at clear skies, the satellite picture has that white look to it because that's the cold air reflecting back to the satellite. It's Arctic air in place right now, so we're clear all across Delmarva as our flow remains out of the northwest. Upstream, we are seeing some lake effect snow showers around Buffalo as the Great Lakes are still open for business, still not frozen yet, and that cold air continues to pour out of Canada, and really much of the eastern U.S. is just locked in with this Arctic air. We do see brief warm-ups, but it's basically really cold. And wait till you see these temperatures next week, the coldest air mass of the season on the way then. But this morning, well, no picnic either, with temperatures in the low 20s, feeling much colder with the wind. And then it's a slow climb through the 20s as we go through this morning. By noon or shortly thereafter, 29 to around 30 from Salisbury to Milton to Fenwick Island and Ocean City. But you see the colorful arrows indicating the breezy conditions. So temperatures getting close to freezing, around 30 or 31, but with that wind feeling much colder than anything that does melt in the sun today. Watch out. Does quickly refreeze this evening with temperatures falling through the 20s. A cold start on your Thursday morning with teens and low 20s. We do increase the clouds tomorrow. Winds turn around to the southwest, so we do warm up a little bit into the mid-30s. So we will be melting some snow, but we will see overcast skies. Nothing in the way of snow expected. As winds 25 to maybe 30 miles per hour as we go into the afternoon, so breezy and cold. Winds do back off a little bit as we go into this evening and then shift to the southwest as we go into Thursday, warming us up a little bit, but feeling like, well, single digits and teens this morning and only teens into the afternoon, single digits again tomorrow morning. It does improve a little bit by afternoon, and by the weekend, it's milder with rain showers on Saturday, and then by Sunday, maybe a stronger system with the front nearby. Rain could transition to snow and maybe some accumulating snow into Sunday night, followed by Arctic air. Look at this purple color. This is temperatures about 30 degrees below average heading into next week. Brutally cold air on the way. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 31 with sunshine today, 14 tomorrow morning, and then cloudy-ish on Thursday, 35. Back to the sunshine on Friday, 41, and then showers Saturday, 47, and then showers Sunday. I think changes to snow and maybe accumulating snow into Sunday evening, and then the bottom drops out. 29 on Monday, and then single-digit lows Tuesday and Wednesday morning, and that's a high of only 21 on Tuesday with mostly sunny skies.
Thank you, Bob. This morning, a Milford man facing charges after an attempted burglary at the Shore Stop on Bay Road in Milford. You can see on your screen now the location of that business where police officers say its glass doors were shattered. According to Milford Police, Bryant Ratliff is charged with attempted burglary and criminal mischief. For more on this story, you can visit CoastTV.com.
And police will continue to investigate how a 67-year-old woman from Millsboro was hurt in the giant grocery store parking lot in Plaza Drive. According to police, this happened around 11:30 a.m. and the woman was walking in the lot when a 72-year-old driver hit her. She will be okay, but the driver was given a ticket for inattentive driving.
In Maryland, be on the alert if you receive any messages claiming you owe money for unpaid tolls. I received one yesterday. The Transportation Authority says there are phishing scams going around tricking people into paying fake toll debt. Officers say the service will never ask for payments through text, and if you do receive one, the state says to delete the message and check your account through the legitimate toll service website.
And we're looking at mainly clear roads right now in Salisbury. Tidal Health Cam good here. Secondary roads could be still a little slick. It's another cold day with sunshine. Temperatures not getting above freezing today. A slight warm up into the weekend with showers, milder conditions, and maybe some Sunday snowflakes. Maybe some accumulating snow, and then brutally cold next week. Your 10-day forecast is coming up next.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Do you have stains in your carpet that won't come out? You need Horsepower Bullshot, the all-new hands-free carpet cleaner and deodorizer. Just spray, and the stain and odor go away. Got pet messes? This black light shows a urine stain is gone in just seconds. The advanced foam action formula penetrates deep to emulsify and neutralize stains and odors. It erases blood stains, makeup, juice, coffee, and more. For older and tougher stains, just give it a little rub and watch as Bullshot works its magic. Red wine spills? They're no problem for Bullshot. And watch up close as burnt bacon grease stains are obliterated right before your very eyes. Get Horsepower Bullshot for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get yours. And there's a strict limit of 3 at this low, low price. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com. So call 1-800-693-6210 or visit buybullshot.com now.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, January 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which includes a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet Orioles manager Brandon Hyde. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
The time is now 5:56, and we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
I love this picture, Elisa.
Oh,
Today's coastal pet of the day is loving all the snow on Delmarva. On your screen, this precious pet looks like may have been very cold, but also may have been enjoying some time in the snow. And this picture was sent to us by his family in Dagsboro.
Well, if he's like my dogs, they don't get cold and they love to lay in the snow like that. So we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. Take a look at your screen.
Yes, you can take a look at your screen, scan that QR code, get the picture to us, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, the time is now 5:57, and we're going to check in with Bob Trahey.
Yeah, Bob, I'm waiting for some of that ice to melt on driveways, side streets, sidewalks.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
No.
Boy, it's taking forever, isn't it? I mean, we've had the snow on the ground now for about a week and a half, and still quite a bit out there. A lot of snow to melt, and we're not going to do much today in that department with lower 20s, feeling like 10 this morning, lower 30s for highs today, but with the breeze, feeling like teens and 20s. So make sure you bundle up as we head into the afternoon. Remember, anything that melts will refreeze this evening. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We do start to modify temperatures. Don't want to say warm up because we're warming up to 41 by Friday. I guess we are. Sunshine and then showers on Saturday, 47. Rain, I think, changing to snow, accumulating snow later Sunday, 41. And then that brutally cold air, 20s Monday and Tuesday, only 21 the high Tuesday, single digits without the winds Tuesday and Wednesday. And then temperatures slowly creep up next week. Not seeing any storms next week, but we'll keep an eye out for them.
Thanks, Bob. And coming up in our next hour, crash chaos. This is what happened Monday on Route 1 and what we are now learning in the aftermath from investigators. That and more when Coast TV News Today returns.